If you're struggling to hit 200K in MRR in your SaaS company and you want to scale your product beyond that, the only thing you need are these three components, what I'm about to show you. And if you listen carefully and if you implement all these solutions that I'm about to give you, you'll hit a 2.4 million ARR, right? So the first one is the most important one, which is, um, before I go through this, the lower you go, the more leverageable everything is. So, but the first one is basically your messaging, right? And most SaaS companies, they reach out to me, and there's no tangible outcome, there's no value, and it doesn't fit what I do in the company, right? So the only way to do this is to actually educate your prospects into using and integrating your product into their company, right? So the first one is basically your offer, right? What are you giving? Like, what value are you giving to the market, right? And this is the most important part: your product market fit. I know you've heard it so many times, but most SaaS companies don't have a product market fit. They just go to any service based company and sell their product, which doesn't work, right? And your value needs to have a tangible ROI. And if you don't do this correctly, you'll never be able to scale anything. If you don't know what offer you have, which market needs your product, and what outcome you can get them, you can never scale anything, right? So once you have all these in lock, that's when you scale. That's when content becomes easy. That's when you price things better, right? That's when you can have an infrastructure and then put money in ads and scale your product because you have a proven offer, right? So the next part, so messaging is basically, um, you want to get this correct as fast as possible, right? So that's why we go into speed, and that's infrastructure. The infrastructure you use to book demos, right, to get in prospects to buy your product is the most important part. Later on, I'm going to explain what infrastructure is the best going into 2025, right? So demos, they can either become freemium users, right, or paid users. These are the only two ways, or you can lose them, right? But most of the times they'll go into freemium, right? They use your free product, right, a free trial. What you want to do is you want to add them to your email flows, and this is where you nurture them. You nurture them with content, and the ability to acquire attention for free is the key to growing your business, right? Look at these companies: HubSpot 1 billion in ARR, Microsoft 33 trillion, Gong.io 285, 21 billion, 208 million. They all do content, and this is the future of SaaS, right? Um, and the ability to acquire attention is from basically posting on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, right? Educating people through ads. And this is the only way: case studies, videos, integration guides, testimonials, new features, and webinars, right? Webinars that educate prospects in your current market. That's how you dominate, right? And if they become free, your basically they use your free trials, you nurture them with content, and slowly but surely they're going to convert into paid users, right? And this increases your LTV. And how do you increase this? It goes back to the ability to acquire attention for free. Okay. And once we collect data on your infrastructure, right, this is when we go into pricing. So there's two SaaS models, and one is subscription, and the other one is custom integration. Okay. If you're in the subscription, you want to anchor your pricing, right? So basically, most people have three tiers of pricing, right? And that's the low and mid and high, and then custom, right? You want to make this gap as much as possible, okay? And you want to make the low tier as limited, right? They get all the features, but it's limited. They don't have volume. And that's why people usually who buy the low tier will eventually convert to high tier, right? And that's where 60% of revenue comes from, right? And the free trial, they usually don't use your product if your free trial is not structured enough to get them more interested to buy, right? Or they eventually just go into the mid and high tier. That's why your pricing needs to be very calculated. And the other part is basically custom integration. It's basically you go on a demo and you ask prospects to solve their problem by integrating your solution into their company with an upfront and low recurring, right? So let's say your upfront is 10K and low recurring is like 1,000 to 1,000, something that won't hurt their company, right? So all you need is basically all you need is basically 10 customers a month to hit 100K, right? And then low recurring, it just adds out. It just compounds over time, right? And the only way to get more demos is, again, ability to acquire attention for free. Imagine going to a sales call and all you need is 20 minutes to get 10K. That's what this will do, right? And then let's go back to the infrastructure. This is the most important one. So it's a build and release. So phase one is basically AI outbound. You want to set an infrastructure that leads prospects to your funnel, and you can leverage your value, either content, assets, valuable documentation, free guides, integrations, anything, right? Or even a free trial, right? And this books demos on demand. It fills your pipeline. So once you do that, you can collect data. You know what works. You know what metrics you have to hit, right? And that's when you diagnose bottlenecks in the company, in the whole system, in the pipeline, right? This is when you want to funnel hack your competitors. You want to see what offer actually works and how you can bring more value to the market than your competitors. And then basically these are the most important part. Data to increase basically your PRR. It should be demo booking rate and show up rate, right? And then phase three is basically scaling, right? This is creating leverage. Once you have enough demos in your pipeline every single month, right? If you want, so you ramp up volume, you hit target KPIs, and then you ensure your product can scale, and you can take any amount of customers every month. That's when you start paid ads. Once you start paid ads, this is when all of this snowball effects, right? So once you start paid ads, all you should be focusing on, right? You want to delegate this task to basically AI and a set, and all you have to do is hone in on this, and then close the sales calls. That is it, right? This is how you get to 2.4 million ARR, 10 million ARR, 20 million ARR. Look at all these companies leveraging content, right? Educating their prospects, their market on how to actually use. Once you hone in on a market, you dominate that market, and now you can expand, right? If you want help with all of this and you're a B2B SaaS company, just book a call with me down below and I'll explain even more in depth of how the system actually works. Have a good day.